but he made a lot of phone calls when the job was offered to him. I was one. I know Danny and his Aunt Marilyn talked to him, and it was a rough decision to leave, but in the long run, it was the right decision. He got here, he loved it, and you loved him, and everything. Oh my dear. It's just such a shame that you had to leave us so soon. But I know he touched all of your lives and definitely touched my life. I love him and I'm going to miss him so much. Thank you all for coming.
Yeah, I want to just add a little bit. Last couple of days I can't sleep. I think of Mark every time in so many different situations we were in, but I want to tell you about one situation, just kind of funny. We were coming out of a tournament. It was really late, really late. It was like 11 o'clock at night. So we're driving out, and we got a long way to go, and Mark is in a hurry. We're in a hurry. I'm with my son, and we got another person in the car. And Mark never speeds on the highway. He's always very conservative, never. But we were late, and he was going 70 in 55 zone. So we get pulled over, and we're like, oh crap, here goes $200 right out the window, Oh, geez, we're trying to make a few bucks, So the cop comes up and he says, you were going 70 in 55 zone, you know why you buy stuff? And Mark's like, yeah. He goes, yeah, but we were just at a ping pong tournament, and it ended really late, and we won a lot, and we did a lot of things, and I just wasn't paying attention, and I'm really sorry. The cop says, you were at a ping pong tournament? He says, and you guys won? And you had to leave fast. That's what you're telling me, right? I said, yeah, we won. We did a lot. We won a bunch of trophies. The guy said, well, where's the trophies? I said, they're in the trunk. So the cop says, well, let me see. Mark opens up the trunk, and there they are. The guy says, slow down. We'll see you later.
I have some fun Mark stories too. We met at Danny's camp. For those who don't know Danny, he's probably the most famous United States table tennis player ever. One-time number 19 in the world. He has a big name in table tennis, and I thought I was a hotshot El Paso ping pong player. So I saw he was having a camp, so I called him up and said, can I come? And yeah, of course you can. So I get up there, and Mark Kaczynski was there, and Coach was there, and they were teaching. I had a very defensive style of ping pong play at that time. Just get the ball back, and that is not the way that Mark would want it to be. So he was trying to teach me the basic stroke, which is called a loop. And that was not something that came very easily to me. So he would say, just get down low. So I would say, oh, I was here. He told me later that he thought I was retarded. I had no idea. He's like, I'm telling him to go behind his knees way down, and he kept going here. I thought I was, but no arm down. And then I kept in contact with Danny, and I brought him to El Paso when this club opened, and for a camp here for the members of our club. And then they flew in and stayed, and we tried to get people excited about table tennis in El Paso, never imagining that we would ever hire anybody, or never really crossed my mind. And I think the last day of the camp, Danny said, you guys have an awesome club, it's fantastic, you just need a coach. And I said, should I answer that question, or do I really want a coach? And so I said, well, you guys interested? One of you guys? And Danny said, well, not me, I'm established over there, but Mark said, maybe me. And we started talking, and 3 weeks or so later, he was down here, and the rest is history. I remember him telling me, you know, here I thought I was this wonderful table tennis player, and this guy over here was teasing me. I didn't know it at the time. Well, now that you got Mark down here, I'll be seeing you in all the tournaments, and we'll probably be playing in the finals of some tournament. Yeah, right. To get to this guy's level, you have to start about this high. But I thought, oh, yeah, okay, cool. And Mark tells me, well, we're going to start working on strokes. You need to get proper strokes. I've been playing since I was 15 years old. What do you mean I have to get, I didn't say this, I was thinking, what is this guy thinking? I have proper strokes, what is he talking about? I still don't have proper strokes. They're better. But Mark was our coach, our friend, and our family, and we all loved him. And I can't really comprehend that he's not here with us. I know that as time marches on, I will, but I just can't at this point. Thank you guys for coming. If anybody wants to say anything else, we'd love to hear from you.
Michael, can I just sit here? I don't even have the strength to get up, but I just want to make one comment. I'm just in shock, and I can't quite get over this, but if there's one shining little star about the whole thing, I talked to my mother, and she said the last time she talked to him, Mark said he was very, very happy with his life. He loved his job, he loved his girlfriend, he loved his life down here, and everything was really good with him. So, and he, if I could tell you all the kind things he said to me about you, oh my God. I used to ask him if you improved with the tennis, because he said he was kind of giving you private lessons whenever he could. He said, That's so good, Mom. That's so good, Mom. And I said, well, just keep working with him. He'll get better. You know, you have to have patience with him. And he just, you know, yes, it was hard leaving my mom and everything, but it was the best thing he ever did. I never thought he should live with his grandmother. I thought he needed a new life to be successful, and I wanted to see him with a good job. And if I could tell you all the kind things he said to me about you, he used to just rave. You were his boss, you were his good friend, you were so generous with him. All I heard was good. And as far as his girlfriend goes, he loved her. He was happy for the first time. Yes, he had different girlfriends through the years. But he was very, very happy with her. He sent me pictures of her. When we came down here one time to the table tennis club into his apartment, I don't know if he was dating her, maybe not. So I never met her, but he used to tell me. So, I mean, the last thing my mother remembers is him rolling on about how happy he loved his job, he loved the people here, his girlfriend, he was happy. So, I guess that's a good note. You know, nothing else is good about this, but, you know, I can't believe how much he was loved. It really makes me feel good. I'm so glad we made the ride here to be here, and I think that was so kind of you to do this. And your girlfriend, or is it wife? I'm sorry. Your wife. Yeah, your wife to go through all that with the pictures and the video. Oh my God, the video. This is just unbelievable. I really thank you.
One more quick story about Mark. His greatest victory in his entire table tennis career was at my expense. I'll give you a little background. Danny and I played some doubles in national tournaments, and we won 2 national titles together. And we were playing in a tournament, where were we? Virginia.
Virginia, the final.
Yeah, and Mark was playing with his friend from Chicago, Alex. And we were on different sides of the bracket. We both made it all the way and made it to the finals. And we were talking about this before the tournament. Yeah, he was saying we have no chance, 0 chance that he had no chance to win because Dan was just too strong, and that they just had no chance to beat us. And I was thinking, he's setting his Because, you know, the thing about Mark is he knew how to pick on weaknesses, and who better than the student to pick on. So, you know, I had a great partner, but they had a good team. So, you know, Dan and I never lost a match together ever. And we were playing the finals, and there was a picture up there of us playing. We were up 2-0. It's best of 5, so 3 games wins. And we were up 2-0, 5-0, and we lost. And we had a match point, and we had just a battle, 5 games, and Danny here is very, very competitive, and so is Mark, and Mark had never beat him in anything ever. And, I don't think Dan talked for about 2 hours.
Mark says, come on over for a picture. I said, get out of here. He said, why are you so upset? I said, get out of here. He never lost the match. We were up 2-0, 5-0. It was easy through, but those guys were tough. They were rough. They were tough. They came back and they got us. And I'm actually glad it wasn't that bad.
No. Yeah, Mark would always smile big time anytime we talked about that.
Mark was a great
I'm
athlete.
so sorry you lost.
Mark played every sport, baseball, basketball, football, golf, table tennis, you name it. All the time, he competed in everything. A little bit too hard, but that's the way we were.
I guess we could finish the videos, guys.
I wanted to say one more thing. I put on our website where people can leave comments, and I was reading one which is similar to what everybody is saying. Somebody I don't know left a message there. He says, he gave me some tips during the tournament, even when I was playing against his students. Oh. So he was very impressed. He gave me tips while I was playing against his students.
And everybody, please sign the table over there. We have Sharpies and everything.
If I could, before we actually demo lights, my name is Marlon. I've only been here for maybe about 2 years. I'm originally from Jamaica, and me being in El Paso is like a fish out of water without even sprinkling any salt. The point I really want to make here is I'm a very passionate person. I'm very unrestricted with my vernacular skills. So one thing that Coach and I always had is that he was actually more poised than I was, because I didn't hold anything back where he was able to do that with me. So he taught me how to be a professional in more ways than I like to accept. Impact. When somebody's here on this earth, they're supposed to create some form of impact on people who they're around, whether it be positive or negative. I can't say negative followed. I cannot. He was a mentor. He was a father figure. Tough love was his middle name. But of course, if he didn't have great parents, that wouldn't have happened. Okay? This club is probably one of the nicest in the nation. Little El Paso. Why? Because he had a vision. If it wasn't for Michael backing him, we wouldn't be enjoying this. By the way, do not touch his posters. I'm prior military, and I've been to many different parts of the world. When I came here, I saw different walks of life walk through that door, and we all became one family here, from a professor down to a high school student. Do you know how humbling that is to feel at home in one location when you have been searching for a little piece of home wherever you went? I've seen pictures from when facial hair didn't exist on certain people, from when they were younger coming up. There's a lot of impact here. And one thing I can say is that we don't want to harp on the past, we want to look forward, and that's the way Coach was. I was virtually untrainable. Use your imagination from there. I'm sure he's still probably the same. But I did take a little piece of this, a little piece of that. But at the end of the day, he allowed me to still be me. Yeah, he threw his racket up in the air.
He still did that. Thought I broke him of that.
And one of his favorite things was whenever somebody walks in that door, welcome. I would love for that tradition to continue. I don't know how long each and every one of us will be here for. We got guys from younger to older. We all have different walks of life, different changes in our lifestyles. But this should be like home to anybody who walks in here. And that is where I stand with this. Jason, I will tell you this right now, you and I never spoke with Jack. But if anybody was loved by Coach, no matter what came out of his mouth, you bet your bottom dollar on this statement, it was always positive about you. No matter what negativity came out of his mouth, you were the biggest impact as far as why he stayed here. So anything that you're holding on to right now, flush it. We have a bathroom located over. All right, so I know that we're about to run through the pictures right now, but truthfully, different walks of life, this was home for us. And we can always feel that way whenever we come back here. Michael, thank you so much for showing us support, not just Coach, not just his family through this, but throughout the whole time. The one thing I've always said is that this man understands the passion and love for this little stupid sport that nobody wants to recognize. By the way, it's not ping pong, Hampton. This level is table tennis, okay? But it means so much to those that walk through that door. It changes your life. I've dealt with depression and I have minimized. Why? Because I felt someone at home. That's all I have.
you, Coach. I can cycle for the pictures if you want. I'm sure this is just a very, very, very tough day for everyone whose lives Mark touched, and he's touched so many. I know what Mark would say. He says, "What are you guys doing here?" And yeah, his philosophy was not one to mourn at all. It was more of a, that's why I thought a celebration would be much more in tune with what Mark would have wanted and what he was all about. Just need to keep our memory of Mark close to our heart. Thanks, everybody. Thank you so much.
Sigo grabando para lo más. ¿Ya se va o va a quedar un rato? Sí, porque sí, vamos a estar un poco de tiempo más. Todavía creo que quedó comida. No quiere. Si no agarraron. Ok, señora. Sí, cada vez que yo venga al Paso aquí los voy a visitar. Igualmente, señora. Gustavo.
Esperemos que no vemos tráfico, ¿eh?
Sí, señora. Aquí voy a andar, seguro. Pues aquí sigue viviendo mi familia.
Qué bueno, me da mucho gusto verte.
Igualmente, señora. Bueno, me retiro porque ya ahorita voy con mi papá, ya nos vamos a visitar. Sí, por favor. Sí, pues
¿Quieres preguntarle a Augusto? Porque él... No sé si te gusta el estilo.
No, vámonos tú y yo, güey. Sí. Ahí nomás me dejas, güey, luego te regreso.